Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
I'm
Well,
Marie.
I'm Lisa, and this is
Is
Murder with My.
sister.
Yay!
Yay. Welcome.
Welcome, and thank you all so much for listening. We have seen some spikes. We have seen some new countries. We have seen an increase. So thank you all so much. I have a couple awards that I posted on our Facebook page for Spotify. Did you see those?
Yeah, Spotify.
And so we had some good binging award. We had a 2025 I guess I probably should have had those ready if I was going to brag about them, but there was just three like really nice little awards because
I love the
we're getting
binge
better.
one. I love that
I do too.
somebody is like starting
Mhm.
at the beginning or
And then listening.
hearing one of them and going back and
Mhm.
like listening to all of them. I love that. I've
Whoever
done
you
it
are,
so many
yeah,
times.
whoever you are, thank you because some of these were rough. And what I know now, hindsight, is that I always knew it was user error, but now we know it was user error. And my sister, we were dillying around recording again this morning, and we figured it out. I hear something.
It's the dryer ding
I've
ding
sounded a
ding.
drink.
Yep.
So my sister is like, check here, go here, look at this, look at mine, look at yours. What does it say? And then,
There it
daisy.
is.
There it was. So hopefully this will hit in, fuck, not until February.
Yeah, this is not well, the last
So
week
that
of
means they're rough
January.
until then. So people aren't
No,
going to hear
no, no.
this.
The
They're
last
going
week of January
to, okay.
is when this one will drop. So you got an email. Who did you get an email from? Who was
Oh
the
my God.
lady?
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. This isn't dropping until February or January, whatever, but we have our first email. Our first email was from Susie, and
My
Susie
sister
had
is so excited, Susie. Thank you so
it
much.
was the most kind and inspiring, and she's like, "You girls have come such a long way. I'm so proud of you." It was so wonderful. It made me cry a little bit.
She cried a little
A
bit.
little bit. I was
I cried a little bit.
because I was just really happy that, well, somebody fucking finally emailed us,
Mhm.
but also that they had said kind words because I know if we do anything, it's give people a shit ton of ammunition to use if they wanna just be mean. Like, I can pack those guns full of bullets.
And the other thing that, of course, because I'm thoroughly therapized at this point in my life, you can just see when Lisa opened that email and read it that
I read it,
all
like,
of
4
the
times before it was, like, registering what
I
I was
know,
reading.
all of the, that kind of insecurity and, like, lack of praise and all that stuff that
Oh.
accumulated over our lifetimes where she's like, "This is all I wanted was some kind of a recognition and, somebody's
Mhm.
listening to me,"
Somebody was
and I
listening.
was like, "Oh."
Also, I'm therapized and I'm kind of a badass, like,
Yeah,
now. Like, I
yeah.
know that now. Like, I'm
Oh, it's a hot mess like 20 years ago.
people
Oof.
are lucky to know me now.
Oh, dear.
I actually said that at work when this week I was
I
talking.
love
I have
that.
a new person that I'm reporting to ish, and she had mentioned my remote schedule, and I'm like, here's the thing, like, or somebody else's remote schedule. I'm like, here's the thing with remote schedules. You open up your area, like you
Mhm.
can get a better candidate pool when you entice people with that remote schedule. I'm like, because if I'm being perfectly honest, the only reason y'all got me is because I was going to be home 2 days a week, so that hour one-way commute is I can tolerate it. I could do it because I love my job and I'm very lucky, but also because I'm not going to be doing it 5 days a week. If it was 5 days a week, I would literally be like, I'm quitting today. The kids are staying home from daycare and we'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, I hear ya.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That was Sidetrack Nation, but you know what? That could be the name of our podcast.
Bow, bow.
Dum, ba-dum, bum.
Oh, and you might have all noticed too that we have new intro music. Hope you like it.
Yeah, at this point, have been a couple, but when we did the first ones, I was just silly, and I didn't think anybody would actually fucking listen. And then I was like, maybe we shouldn't have porn music as our intro. Maybe we should have something a little more sinister? No,
I don't know. I liked that it was described, tense and dark.
tense. Yeah, I like that as well.
I
So,
was like, "Ooh,
sis, what are we doing
yo."
today?
Oh, so y'all,
Mhm.
in case you didn't know,
Mhm.
here's a little edumacation. There is a National Missing Persons Day. Color me surprised. It is observed every year on February 3rd, and we are doing this episode in honor of some missing persons cases from Illinois.
Can I tell you that I hate that we have a day to
Yes,
observe missing persons?
I agree.
But do you also wanna know what one of the shows that stole my heart, just stole it and captured it, was Disappeared? I
Oh,
came across it on a random binge day, like, I was home by myself
yeah,
decades ago,
yeah,
and I was like, what's this? And
yeah.
what's Investigation Discovery? What? Wait, what?"
Mhm.
And then I was like, "Oh god."
And
And I just watched one after another.
those are hard because there's no resolution. It's
N
like you can be the
no,
one to solve it? Like, I don't
well,
know.
I'm not solving anything, but what I did solve is that there is some resolution every once in a while,
Every
maybe like
once.
one every
Mhm,
other season, they'll
mhm.
have a
Like an
like
update
an
or
update
something?
that's
Mm,
and I think that might be why I watch them, because there is nothing in the world more satisfying than an update on a cold case.
yeah,
It's
I agree.
oh my god, it makes me horny. Okay. I'm not it doesn't. I don't wanna say that's gross. It's so disgusting. But it's truly, like, it's just one of those things where I'm like, "Finally," and closure is a stupid word. I'm not gonna say finally we have closure, but finally we know. We
Mhm.
have knowing and
Yeah, I
knowledge.
think that's it, is just knowing, yeah.
Knowing and knowledge is great. Alright, so that little note in there is for you, by the way.
It's in big letters in the Google
Huge.
Docs, people. It's
Please.
purple, it's bolded, and it's, like,
All
twice
caps.
the size. So, apparently, I have opinions, and I'm not allowed to express them for
You
fear of someone being offended by them.
guys, have you
I'm
not
pretty
noticed
sure
my sister.
I'm old, and I don't give a fuck
You
anymore.
really don't, you really
I
don't.
really don't.
You sometimes will say things and I'm like, "Hey, don't be mean to my listeners, don't," and you're like, "But I don't if that's the person listening, I don't want them." I'm like, "We might need that one listener." Now maybe we're doing okay now, but sometimes you're like I'm like, "Ooh, that one stung," and then you just
Guys,
keep going, I'm like, "Oh, she's going at him. She's going." Remember when you
nobody
attacked the kids living in the adults living in their parents' basements? You went after the basement buddies real hard.
do I need to do you want me to talk about that? And maybe
Well,
okay, I'll throw that one. Okay, maybe I seem to be bothered by such a situation because I was moved out of my mother's house 3
before
months before I
you
turned
were
18, and I
pregnant.
never went
And
back.
pregnant though, like, also.
And, so, like, maybe
Yeah,
it's a little bit jealousy. I would
yeah.
love to have lived in my mother's basement for my whole life and
I
not
no,
had
I
any
lived there,
bills.
baby. No, it was
Oh,
not
yeah,
all
there
it
was
was
no
cracked up to
heat, no
be.
hot
There
water.
was not all. Oh my god. We just
The
gave
only
Fran
good thing was
kudos, and
pizza
now we're
at the window.
attacking her again. Guys, my mom used to love not paying her utilities, and this was before in Chicago when, like, if you got to a certain point in the year, ComEd would not
Yeah.
cut off your services because of the cold. I guess they don't want people to
They don't
die.
want people to die, yeah.
But, like, when it was time for the cutting off of the services, my mom had friends that would come and cut the locks off the meters after the ComEd came and shut it off. She
Mhm.
was I mean, I'm telling you, like, Fran was
Resourceful.
Was it resourceful or just, like, ruthless? Like, she was just
Yes.
no holds barred, man.
Nope.
That when I'll tell you the story with the carbon monoxide. We'll save that one for another day.
Oh,
Or
I
do you
feel
wanna
like
know
I
it now?
remember this. No, I feel like I remember this.
Alright, we'll tell everybody now because I don't wanna forget. My mom I got a carbon monoxide detector because, like, a friend of mine, his entire family was
I
killed from a
remember. We
carbon
were in
monoxide
high
poisoning.
school.
Yes, we were in high
Yeah.
school, and I was living in the basement, so I ran out and got myself a carbon monoxide detector. She was dating someone,
Mm.
and my carbon monoxide detector started going off,
And
and
it
I
wasn't
called
just the chirp, like change the
no, it
battery
was going
chirp.
off.
It
So
was
I
real.
called the police, I called the fire department, and they came out and they're like, "Okay, you have to shut up." They shut off the furnace. They were like, "You gotta get this furnace replaced. It's a death trap." And
Oh dear.
my mom, like, I shut off the furnace, I brought the carbon monoxide back in, we're cold, she turns on the furnace, and a couple days go by, and I'm like, "Hmm, it's not going off," but she didn't get anything fixed. She took the batteries out of my
No.
carbon monoxide detector. But, like,
Fran.
she lived there too. She's like, "We're not gonna die of carbon monoxide poisoning, Lisa." I was like, "We might have. We literally might have." Like, it was one of those things where I was
Wow.
like I mean, yeah, it was
Wow.
I joke about it now, like, I totally joke about it now. I joke about it to
Well,
everybody in the
that's
family,
a
but
trauma. It's a
and
trauma response.
also she
Yeah.
can't there's nothing that anybody could do to her because she has moved on to
She's
greener
gone. Yeah,
pastures.
she's not here to
Mhm.
defend herself, so we get
Mm-mm.
to
Although I would love to hear her side of that story, because I never brought it up to her face, like,
What
I
was your
never
excuse on that end,
I would be
Fran?
like, "Okay, so mom, just curious, like, where was your head at during this?" I would love to know what was going on in her brain, and because I
I'm
guarantee
pretty
you
sure go ahead.
it was like, "We weren't gonna die of carbon monoxide poisoning, Lisa. That's only
Oh,
something
see,
you see in the news."
I know the other Fran, and I'm pretty sure she would just gaslight the fuck out of you, like, that never happened. What are you
Oh,
talking
shit,
about?
you're right.
You never
Shit,
had
you're right.
Lisa,
Shit, that's
you never had that, but you're just making
Lisa,
that
they
up.
didn't even have carbon monoxide detectors at that point.
They didn't have batteries, Lisa, they plugged
You're
into the
so
wall back then.
you're
You're so
such a
silly.
stupid.
That was some
Oh,
commercial you saw. It's a bad
okay.
dream. Anyway.
All right. Now that we got that out of our system,
All right.
oh, who doesn't love a franecdote?
I'm telling we have to make coffee cups and give those to everybody at Christmas next year.
I literally just came up with that. A
I love how your
franecdote.
brain
Okay.
works. I love it.
It's so
I'm writing it
dark and
down.
mysterious. Thank you for
TM,
writing.
TM.
Nobody wants that one, babe. Not everybody knows a Fran like our
Wow,
Fran.
that was awesome. That was fucking awesome. I love it. All right. Our first
Okay,
case, y'all.
here we
This
go.
was we alluded a little bit to this in the Vaughn family case. 2007 from spring until October of that year was
Mhm.
it was a lot. So, in
There was some shit
April,
going on, yeah.
there was a lot of shit going
There
on
was
in
a
Will
lot of
County
shit
back
going
then.
on. Was it all Will County? No,
I
I
think it
think
yeah.
there was oh, you're right. It
No, it
was
was
all
all
co
Will County.
yeah, it was just because. Alright, go ahead. We'll talk about that in a
Anyway,
minute. Go.
April 30th, 2007,
Mhm.
Lisa Stebic disappeared from her home. She was born May 19th, 1969. Her maiden name was Rutenberg. She was the mother of two. She went missing from her home in Plainfield, Illinois. At that time,
Can
Lisa
I
was work Go ahead.
can I pause you? The sources for this story,
Oh, thank you.
yep, are Wikipedia, FBI.gov, and chip
Chip
chipchick.com.
chick.
So I
Yeah.
didn't I also just will say from my sources, this is mostly just like a follow of the case. I
Mhm.
don't know that I ever stopped following or paying attention to this.
Mm.
So while I don't have specific sources, I am going a lot on my heart as a source for this
'Cause
story.
it's
Okay.
yeah,
It's my
yeah,
heart.
it's what you
Okay.
remember.
It is.
So Lisa was working as a food assistant at Lincoln Elementary School. She had earned a degree in hotel and restaurant management, and she was married to her husband, Craig Stebic, for 14 years at that point.
Mhm. So I had, I'll just go ahead and mention I did listen to the True Crime Garage episodes, about the disappearance of Lisa Stebic, and there was some chatter about the amount of money that she made and the fact that Craig was a breadwinner. So I just wanted to mention, like, when we hear that she worked as a food assistant at the elementary school, a lot of moms
Mhm.
will do jobs that they can do
Mhm.
around their kids' schedule. And it was just something
100%.
like it's just something I wanted to mention because I know that when you start talking about missing persons and divorces and stuff, and we'll get into that, it's I don't think that this was something that was like, well, he made all the money and she didn't make any money. I think it was more she was the mom and the kids were young and she's like, I'll work where and when I can to make sure that I'm home for them after school, before school, that kind of stuff.
Correct. And then
Okay.
I think there was some chatter that the reason that their relationship became so estranged and difficult at that point in time was because he was laid off. So
Oh,
it
okay. I hadn't heard
as
that.
little as she earned, there was some financial strife going on as well.
Well, but he was a pipe fitter, is that right?
Yeah, so I don't know
So
if
there, yeah.
they get laid off from one job, they
Yeah.
go to the
I
next.
don't
I
know
don't
that I
know.
would put too much stock in a blue collar worker being laid off. Everyone that I know is laid off at random
There's
points
always
throughout the yeah, yeah,
holidays
yeah.
from job to job.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't have even sweated that.
So their relationship was on the rocks leading up to the day she vanished. Several months prior, Craig had reportedly filed for divorce, and they were still living in the same home
Mhm.
together, but she
Mhm.
slept on the couch
I did
and
hear
he
that.
slept in the master bedroom.
I did hear that. I did hear that. I
Like
don't know. I don't know that that's for us to,
did they flip for it? I don't know.
maybe. I don't know. And also there have been times where I'm mad and, like, if, Eric and I are in a tiff
Mhm.
and he won't leave the room, and I'll be like
Justin won't either. And I'm
and
like,
he's
"How can
like
you
and he'll
sleep
just go
next
to
to
sleep, and
someone
I'm
when you're
like,
mad?"
"Don't you wanna sleep on the couch?" And he's like, "No, I still wanna get a good night's sleep." And I'm like, "Well, just so you know, I'm still mad at you." And then, like, when we were first dating, there would be, like, sometimes sex, like angry sex. But then I would be like, "And also, I'm still mad at you."
This
So
has solved nothing.
this is yeah, I don't think anything's fine, loser. So I just think with her sleeping on the couch, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying anything on that. I don't wanna talk about that.
So prior to when she disappeared, October
Mhm,
2006, so about 6 months before,
mhm,
the police had responded to domestic disturbance at the Stevick residence. No arrests were made, and that's where they were talking about financial issues, mortgage
mhm.
payments. Craig was laid off from his job.
S
According to Lisa's friends,
so but
sh
wait, was
go
this
ahead.
this was in fact the couple's 2nd divorce, is what I read. They had
I don't
filed for
know.
divorce earlier and then maybe she had gotten pregnant
They
and
had
they
tried it again
right,
or something. I don't
okay,
remember how long ago the first separation was.
okay, okay.
According to Lisa's friends, she was supposedly scared of her husband. Um, she was working on starting a new life
Mhm.
and being without him. I don't know if he liked that. They tend not to.
We don't know that. How many men I know are divorcing and they're like, Freedom, thank you, take it." We don't know that. I think it's important to say that we don't know the
We
relationship,
don't know. Yeah,
and if he filed for divorce, he might have been like, "It's time." We don't know, we just don't know. We don't know. So I don't wanna say one way or another whose idea it was and how each of them were feeling about it. What I do know is that she seemed to have embraced her new life. Like she was working out, she was exercising all the time.
mhm.
So for me, I look at that as maybe like she was thinking of it as like a second life or I don't know,
So there
maybe
was I think I have it later on in the document, but there was some talk that I guess it was Craig's habit to be home in the afternoon, evening
Mhm.
time,
Mhm.
and she didn't wanna be around him.
Okay.
So, instead of going home from the lunch job, she would go to the gym, and she
Okay.
would just work out and, like,
Okay.
kill time and then go
Mhm.
home when he hopefully was asleep. So,
Oh, okay.
they were trying to, like,
Avoid each other.
be ships in the
Well,
night.
oh my god, I'm gonna throw another monkey wrench up in your plans. Could that just be that because they were living together?
Yeah.
Like, and
They
I
were
say that
literally just trying to avoid
to
each
not
other.
right, and that's why I'm saying, like, if you're getting divorced and you have the
Mhm.
means to have
Mhm.
separate domiciles, we'll
Mhm.
say,
Mhm.
you might find yourself in a position where you're different, you're different, acting different and doing different things than what they are because they're trying to have separate lives in the same house, in the same I
Yeah.
mean, like, that's gotta be really tricky. That's gotta be really, really tricky.
So, I'll tell you a personal story. I only had
Okay.
to do this for about 4, maybe 6 weeks, and then
Mhm.
I couldn't take it anymore, so I moved in with Aunt Deb. But when I was getting
I moved in with you
divorced. Yeah, right?
twice.
When I was getting divorced in, marriage number 2,
Mhm.
I was working at the surgical center, so I was at work at, like, 6 in the morning or some
Right.
ridiculous time
I
of day,
remember, I
but
remember.
I was home by 2:33 in the afternoon
Mhm.
because, like, that's just what my shift was.
Mhm.
So I would be home for a few hours. The kids were like, they wanted no part of this, so they were staying
Mhm.
at Rick's house. They were always
Mhm.
there. And I remember sitting in the family room, and I would hear the garage door go up.
Mhm.
I would grab the cats. I would go upstairs. I went to Alexis's room that I had moved into. I closed the door. I moved the dresser in front of the door,
Oh,
and I stayed there
no.
until the next morning.
Mm.
And when I came down in the morning, one of the armchairs in the family room would be pulled so it was, like, right in front of the TV kinda situation,
Mhm.
and there would be empty wine bottles next to the chair.
Oh, no.
And that's how I lived for 4, maybe 6 months, and I
Oh,
I couldn't take
sissy.
it. So,
I'm so sorry.
this person having to deal with that for more like, months, I can't even imagine. I
This is
can't.
interesting because I'm looking at this from a perspective of all the times that I was the one leaving the relationship and I was the one wanting out and they were maybe trying to stay a little bit and
Mhm.
you're looking at it from her kind of what I think would be her perspective. I don't know, but I'm thinking. So
She couldn't go anywhere.
let's keep
She didn't
going
make enough
then.
money.
This could be fun for us to disagree like this. 'Cause I
So,
remember yeah, go ahead, man, let's do this.
um, on the day she disappeared, Lisa mailed a petition to her attorney
Mhm,
asking that Craig be ordered out of their home. She stated he was unnecessarily relentless, been there, cruel, been there, inconsiderate, 1,000%, domineering, and verbally abusive. Not so much.
mhm,
He was kind of a wimp.
mhm.
Adding that his actions were harmful to the kids. She vanished the same day.
Okay, so I did hear though that he claims that
Mhm.
he did not know or was not notified of that most recent order.
It's very possible if she put it in the mail or sent
Right,
it to whoever on that
right,
exact same day, devil's
right,
advocate, he might not have known.
right.
Would she have thrown that out there if they were arguing? Maybe,
Maybe,
maybe.
maybe a
So,
little maybe a
it's a
little, "Guess what's coming
50-50.
your way,
Maybe he knew.
motherfucker."
Yeah.
Okay.
So, April 30th, 2007, the morning started off pretty normal for Lisa. She attended
Mhm.
work at Lincoln Elementary in the afternoon before getting a sandwich at the local Jimmy John's and returning home.
Let me tell you
In
something
the
right now. Imma stop you right there. The only place you should be getting a sandwich from is Jersey freaking Mike's,
And we would
okay?
love for you to sponsor our podcast, Jersey
You it
Mike's.
doesn't even matter because someday I'm gonna own and live in a Jersey Mike's.
Ooh, I like
I
that idea.
love Jersey Mike's,
She's gonna live
okay?
in the Jersey
I'm
Mike's.
every time I go the guy by my work fucking knows me,
Uh-huh.
and he knows, like, I come in and he's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I'm like, "Hey, hi, guy, like, it's me again. You hi." I fucking love Jersey Mike's, and there's one right here, so maybe she shouldn't have been stopping at Jimmy John's. Okay,
Jimmy
go.
John's. Um, she
In the
stopped to get a
evenings.
sandwich, returned home. In the
Mhm,
evenings, Lisa typically worked out at the Plainfield North High School,
mhm,
and Craig claimed to have last seen his wife at 6 p.m.
correct.
He reportedly gave their children money to get candy at Walgreens.
Mhm.
And I hear that Lisa was a bit of a health nut, so
I did
that's
hear that as well.
a rather unlikely thing unless he was trying to piss her off that
I was just gonna say, I'm gonna go either way, and my door is gonna swing both ways on this one.
I could see
Uh-oh,
him
did y'all hear
poking the
that?
bear.
Poke the bear, give the kids some money to go to the local Walgreens. Also, I think, what I wanna mention here is that so she was in the house, he was home, the kids left.
Mhm.
Neighbors did report seeing/hearing him working in his garage and in his yard. I guess that is his MO in the neighborhood was so that
To be tinkering in the yard or in the
right, right,
garage.
right.
Mhm.
So how I had heard it was that at some point he went back in and
Mhm.
she was gone and he assumed that she had gone to work out.
Yes.
But her
Her
friends
cell
at the
phone
mhm,
and her purse were gone, but
mhm,
she never arrived
mhm,
for her workout and she didn't
mhm.
come home that evening. Her car was still in the garage. So I don't know if it was
Oh.
her habit to have someone pick her up or for her to leave the
So
house
here's the
and
thing,
leave her car there.
I do know from listening to the TCG that it was reported that she was near a trail, and we know that trail in Plainfield where you can
Okay.
run, and that she had also been posting on a Running Buddies website that she was
Yeah, yeah,
looking for
yeah, I
somebody.
remember
So
hearing this.
she may it's not inconceivable to think that she ran or walked to the high school. I don't know where their address was, and I don't know how far they were from the high school, but
Yeah,
if
what
it
the
was only
route
a
would have
couple
been.
miles, yeah, I can go either way, and also I wanna
Mhm.
mention here again, not trying to be, like, the Craig lover or anything, but if I'm getting the breakup
Mhm.
and I'm not talking to that person and we're trying to simply coexist in the same environment,
Mhm.
I might not care. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. If I'm divorcing Eric and he doesn't come home regularly, he's out late because we're
Yeah.
trying to avoid each other, I wouldn't fucking care if he doesn't come home. I would literally
I
be
don't
sitting there and be
think
like, "Boom, go ahead, bitch,"
I don't
because
think I
I
would
wouldn't care.
notice.
I
I
wouldn't
don't
fucking
think I would
care.
care.
No,
I wouldn't be paying any attention
nope.
to it at
Just
all.
stay out. Stay at your friend's house for all I care.
That
But I
is
mean,
the
that's not my
attitude, though, of somebody
case.
who's not domineering and controlling.
You're also
So,
very correct on that one. I
if
am
that's
always a very
true,
much yes,
if
yes.
that's how he was, then
Okay.
the fact that he didn't notice she was gone, it doesn't
Okay.
fit with the whole thing.
Heard, sis, heard. Let's
The the f
continue.
the following morning, Craig contacted Lisa's coworkers to see if
Mhm,
anyone had seen her,
mhm.
probably because he had to get the kids up by himself. Next, he
Damn,
reached out to a neighbor,
burn.
Lori,
Who was her friend? This was her
Bingenheimer,
friend.
yes,
Okay.
and it was Lori who ultimately reported Lisa missing to the police on May
So,
1st. Craig did
again
not call them.
well, but he did call work. He did
Mhm.
call her work. So, it's not like he's hiding that she's
No, for all we know, he was
missing,
standing
question
next
mark?
to Lori when she called the
Yeah,
police on her
yeah,
cell
she
phone.
might have been like, "I'm gonna call the police," and he was like, "Okay," like, he
Please,
coulda
go ahead.
given the hands.
Yeah, I agree.
Although, can I you know what? Let me boop right in here with a little Scott Peterson slash Craig Stebic. Like, I might feel some kind of way that the
Hmm.
husband isn't calling. I mean, I know they were getting divorced. Heard. Got it. Guys, shh,
Mhm.
listen. I feel like I would still wanna be the like, even if my husband was in the divorce proceedings, I think I'd be like,
Mhm.
"Hey, whoa, 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 Linda, 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 can I call him? Can I call him, report him missing? Like, can that be my thing?" That's it.
I know.
I think I might wanna be the
Once
one to report him missing.
once authorities arrived at the Stebic home, they found Lisa's vehicle on the property. Records
Mhm.
showed that her phone, credit cards, and bank account had had no activity since she vanished. So all those things were with her, but none of them had been used.
Okay.
Craig initially allowed forensic analysts to comb through his computer, but a week after Lisa went missing, he changed his mind. He refused to undergo a polygraph. All I'm going to say about that is
I
even
go
though
50 my door swings both ways on
I'm
that one
telling
too.
you, even though he is a person of interest and they're a little like suspicious and whatever, all you people out there, don't ever agree to a fucking
So,
polygraph, please.
wait, because, let me
Don't do
swing
it.
my door at you. I am gonna say that the one hand, yes, I'm not taking the polygraph. On the other hand, if I need you to help me find someone and that's what you fucking need from me, I'm gonna fucking do it, especially if I didn't do anything. That's my door swinging both ways. I want your help to who's gonna help you find someone?
I know.
Who's helping you?
I know.
The police.
I know.
So, can I help you help me help you, me, and you?
I'd probably do it and I'd make them sign a paper from my attorney saying
Oh,
none
dear
of it's
God, not your
admissible.
papers.
The
Oh, I don't
papers.
think they're admissible anyways.
I don't know.
It's a debunked science.
I
Ooh,
don't know.
people are coming after me on that one. I'm pretty sure they don't use them in court because sociopaths can beat them or something. I don't fucking know. Go ahead.
Um,
Get this giant bottle of vodka.
oh dear Lord.
It's so
He
big.
he also refused any further interviews involving him or his children about his wife's disappearance. I take a
That
little issue with
is
that. Like, you're not even gonna
fishy.
talk to them or help them, and you're not
It's a
gonna let the
okay.
kids talk to
It's
them?
a little fishy.
That's a little
I
fishy.
don't love that for us, Craig,
Mm.
okay? Not loving that for us.
Police later discovered a small amount of blood on a tarp inside
Mhm,
Craig's car,
mhm,
a 2002 Chevy S10 pickup truck. This was in May of 2007. He alleges the blood was from a deer from a hunting
mhm.
trip,
His
but
family owned a
testing
cabin up north, I believe, in the
yeah,
UP. They were Yoopers.
but testing revealed that it was Lisa's blood.
Okay, I'm gonna jump in here.
I
Do we
mean, it
don't
could have been
know
there
to
for
this
years.
also, I don't remember seeing anywhere how much blood it
Mm-mm.
was, where
No, I
it
don't
wasn't
think it was a
like
lot. It was
okay,
like a
yeah.
dot.
Oh, okay, we
It
talked about
wasn't
dots of blood.
significant.
Okay,
It
so
could have
that's the
been
only thing is
anything,
that I
Lisa.
feel like that is like never mind. I don't wanna gross everybody out. That's fine.
Do you know how much blood is all over the front seat of my car and the back seat for
Ew.
that matter? Do
From
you remember
what?
when the Sheppies got into a tussle and Callie got ripped up?
Oh, Kelly Lou.
I put her just put her in the car. She freaked out.
Well,
She got into the front seat. Lisa, there was blood all over me. If anyone had pulled me
sis,
over,
it was animal's blood, though.
but what I'm saying is
Oh, I see. Okay.
anything could happen at any
Heard.
time. If you looked at my car in the sunlight correctly
Heard.
right now and it's been detailed, you can still see it.
Guys, can I do you one better, sis? I'm gonna see your Cali Lou incident and raise you one blood thinner. Do you remember when I was on the
Oh,
blood thinners?
yeah.
Holy Jesus, guys, I went into
They
the
work really
afibular.
well.
It's almost 1 year to the day of my last attack. Also, just gonna thank
Congratulations.
you, but don't no, not yet, not yet. But when I was on those blood thinners, holy I cut my finger, it bled for 2 hours.
I remember, was it Aubrey that cried or
Yes.
Cashton,
No,
right?
Aubrey was holding a knife and I grabbed it from her and I grabbed
Yeah.
it blade out and it
Oh.
I cringe, it just sliced right up there.
Oh.
All right, let's get into this back into
Okay.
this. Okay.
Craig was ultimately named a person of
Mhm.
interest in July of 2007.
Mhm.
The day after, he asked the court to to dismiss his divorce petition.
I don't love that for us
I
either.
don't know what that means. Like, why? So he could collect the
Okay,
life insurance?
well, but they were never divorced, so I think he would still be her legal husband. She would he w Here's what I don't love. I don't
I don't
love
understand.
that unless he knew she wasn't gonna ever be coming back. is where I'm headed with that one,
Yeah.
and also or I'm gonna swing that goddamn door the other way and just say, maybe he was just like, "You know what? Right now, that's I don't need any
Mhm.
more of this in my face." Because at this point, there's news media, yeah?
Yeah.
So, again, we have another everyday Joe guy going from no one to someone.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
And then you wrote this, "The family passed out
There
flyers and held
was
vigils, and Craig
yeah.
never participated, nor did he allow his kids
So,
to
don't
participate."
everyone don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure I know for a fact that he was not there. I believe that the children were not there, and I also believe that he cut all ties with Lisa's family.
That's their
So here's where
mom.
that's their mom. Here's what I'm thinking. I know that she had 2 kids, right? And one of them was a girl.
Mhm.
I know they were not real old, getting to the point where that girl was gonna need her mom for some serious mom talks.
I know.
So, and I don't know what that divorce looked like, and I don't know what the family situation was, and I bring this up because if they had filed for divorce twice, and if they were in the process of an ugly divorce, my I imagine that he was not speaking to her family much at all anyways.
Yeah.
So, would he have been there as a like, is it one of those things where you look at the situation, you're like, "I am not going because I know how this is gonna be for them. They're gonna be mad at me. They're gonna rage. They're gonna hold" like, I don't know.
I know.
Okay.
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 So Lisa is still missing.
She is.
They don't, no one believes that she would have left her children. They suspect that she met with foul play. Craig has
Mhm.
never been charged in relation to Lisa's case. He allegedly threatened a neighbor. He was arrested for assault a couple years later. And then Lisa's cousin Melanie said
Mhm.
her family is holding out hope that justice will be served despite knowing that Lisa is likely deceased.
Yeah.
The police, she says, I hope the police are still tracking his whereabouts and keeping an eye on him because you just never know.
No.
Um, the police say my gut as a police officer tells me there's absolutely somebody out there who knows exactly what happened to Lisa. We still consider Craig a person of interest. Here's a weird thing, and you might remember this.
Yeah.
The case received widespread news coverage.
Mhm.
Her husband, Craig Stebic, refused to talk to the police or help with the investigation.
Mhm.
However, somehow, reporter Amy Jacobson, I remember her being on the news at the
Oh
time,
my god,
all
I
over the
was just
place.
gonna ask you if you wanted to hear some juicy gossip, like
So, Amy Jacobson turns up
yeah.
in the news clips. There's a
Mhm.
video and stuff of her in his house, in
Pool.
his pool,
Oh, yeah.
with her kid
Oh, yeah.
in the and his in
Yeah.
his pool.
Yes.
And then they spun this all crazy, like, maybe she was
Mhm.
trying to get close to him to get a story because he wouldn't talk to anybody. That's
Ooh.
my thought, but, I mean, that was salacious.
So
Salacious.
I had read that she said there was a very innocent reason why that happened is that she was headed to a public pool, and then there was like, "Oh, hey, come here, we can swim in this pool," kind of a situation that happened. I feel like she was a smart cookie, and one of 2 things happened. She got there and realized, "Oh, fuck, this is
Mhm.
Lisa Stebic's home and her husband."
She
A
knew who it was. I think she knew who it
She's
was.
like, "I'm gonna go ahead and see where this is gonna go and maybe get myself some shit."
I think
Or
she was trying to
B
scoop. Yeah.
yeah, or B, she maybe developed I don't know. I
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't
So
know.
Lisa was 5'2", weighed
Yep,
125 pounds. She had brown hair, brown eyes.
little
Her
guy.
maiden name
Mhm.
was Rutenberg, and she had a butterfly tattoo with the name Zach and Lexi on her back. Anyone with information regarding Lisa's case is urged to contact the Plainfield Police Department at 815-436-2341.
Nah, she was a good-looking woman.
And October 2007,
Oh, are we moving
s-
right on?
we're moving right on.
Okay.
Stacey Peterson was reported missing. The sources for this story the charlieproject.org, or I think it's charlieproject.org,
Mhm.
ABC7, Drew Peterson case documentary, Where Is My Sister, Crime Nation, to name a few.
So, this is another one. I popped those in there because, again, uh, when I say I followed this case,
Mhm,
I I want to be involved in finding her. I
mhm,
could not let this case go. I started dating Eric a couple years after this happened, and then
mhm,
when I moved in his house in Bolingbrook, I remember I was like, "I can tell you right now, if I was living with you when this happened, I would have been one of those people outside on the street watching."
mhm.
Because I could not let it go. I want to find her so fucking bad.
I know.
But you know I have a theory on where she is.
Everybody has a theory.
I have a theory.
Go ahead.
Let's finish. I'll do it at the end. I wanna do
All
mine at
right.
the end. I wanna drag people down this dark and desolate path with us and then
Mhm.
provide them with a little Lisa insider knowledge.
So Stacy's husband of 4 years, who
Mhm.
was very, very, very much her senior. There was, like,
Mm.
almost 20 years, if not more, of an age difference, because she was, like, 20-something. He was late 40s, I think.
Listeners everywhere. If you don't know who this is, Google some images of Stacey Peterson and Drew Peterson. There are 3 or 4 pictures of when they were newly together and or after they had been married. The age difference is astonishing.
Mhm.
It looks like she's y s uh,
His
l
daughter.
thank you. I didn't
It
wanna
looks
be the
like
one to say
she's
it.
his daughter. And I know
But
that there are some
there
people
I was
that, like,
just
they get married, this is their jam, and it
Can
is
we
what it
call
is.
this episode the swinging door, like my swinging door episode? Because my door is gonna swing again in this one. I
Swing.
dated an older guy when I was in my 20s, and
Uh-huh.
it was great. It was so great. He was worldly and not really that sexy, but so fucking charismatic. He was like the first person where like, "Oh my god, I love this guy. I'm gonna marry him."
Oh.
No, it did not go that way. Yeah. No, he was definitely like, "Okay, I'm in my late 30s, you're in your early 20s. This is great for me, but also no." And I was devastated. It was
Oh.
great. It was so great. It
Okay.
was great.
So Drew Peterson says he last saw Stacy leaving their home on Pheasant Chase Court in
Mhm,
Bolingbrook at approximately 10:11 a.m. on
mhm,
October 28th,
mhm.
2007. She was
So just a couple days
supposedly
before Halloween, before she's gonna go trick or treating with her fucking
with her
kids.
ready-made family.
Yes, yes.
She was supposedly going to meet a friend and help paint their house, but never arrived.
I remember this because I was like, first of all, let's stop calling them painting parties. It's not a fucking painting party.
It's a
You
painting chore.
you
You
want me
are
to come over?
bribing your
Yes,
friends.
you're making me come over and do something that is the worst thing to do in anyone. No, go ahead. I just wanted to get
But
that out
you're
there because I
offering
remember
me
that.
pizza and liquor.
And that
Okay.
sometimes is all you need. Okay.
Drew claims he spoke to Stacy by telephone at 9 o'clock that day, but she has never been heard from or seen again. Her cell phone has not been used. She was reported missing at 4 a.m. the next morning. After her disappearance, her purple two-door 2002 Pontiac was found in the parking lot of the Clow Airport, which
Mhm.
was only about 400 yards from
Mhm.
the Peterson home.
Mhm.
Drew says Stacy told him she had left it there and he went there to get it.
Okay,
Now,
stop.
The Clow Airport is like a big farm field with maybe a couple
People,
outbuildings.
okay,
It's like for farm,
yes. We
what do they
so
call it? Crop people. Like,
no, 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 no. It's private pilots that
okay,
they have hangars, they have their airports. Their Clow Airport does a cavalcade of planes every year. That's fantastic. We
okay,
take the kids all the time. They also have the diner that has the restaurant so you can watch the plane. You could have breakfast and eat and watch the planes take
Oh,
off. Oh
okay.
my god, my kids fucking love it. But when he says, like, just this whole, "We found her car at Clow Airport." Like, fucking what the dude, it's a tiny, teeny little fucking airport with, like, single prop planes. She wasn't leaving her car there and taking a plane to Mexico, not at Clow Airport. Like, it just that sets the tone for me for
Mhm.
what this guy thinks of us. That's how little you think of us, that you're gonna
Yeah,
put
yeah,
her
yeah.
fucking car there, and we're gonna be like, "Oh, well, she must have gone out on her own way."
Of course it happened that way.
Fucking
So,
guy.
Stacey's
I
husband,
hate
in
this guy,
case
by the way.
oh, he's bad,
Okay,
he's
okay.
awful.
Just
Stacey's husband, in case someone doesn't know, I don't know how you don't know, Drew
hey.
Peterson was an officer with the Bolingbrook Police Department at the time of her disappearance. He had worked for the department for 29 years by 2007. He had been fired in 85 for misconduct. It was alleged that he conducted a self assigned investigation and failed to report a bribe offer. He was reinstated in 86 because there was insufficient evidence to prove the allegations. He was placed on a paid leave from the police department after Stacy's disappearance, but then permitted to retire
Mm.
and got his $6,000 a month pension.
That is a lot. And this was in 2007. That's a
That's a
nice
lot of money.
pension, which
Yeah, back then that was a
I'm
lot.
gonna swing my goddamn door again. I kinda feel like when you put your life on the line every day at work, maybe that should be your pension.
I mean,
Like, I
the
don't
school
you know what, and
teachers,
also, can we give that to our veterans? Like, can our
yeah,
veterans who defended our country and literally laid their lives on the line, can they get a pension like that, please, after they
no,
serve multiple
yeah.
tours? No? Okay.
So
Okay.
prior to Stacy's disappearance, he had decided to retire, either in he was going to retire in November, December of that same year.
Mm.
But the chief allegedly refused to accept his resignation
Okay.
and he wanted him
Oh.
fired because
Oh.
he was under investigation for all these other things. So he wanted him fired so he wouldn't get the pension.
Good.
So he refused to accept the whatever.
Okay.
So Stacy was Drew's fourth wife.
4th.
Fourth.
1, 2,
The
3, 4.
first the first wife he had kids with, to this day, has never given interviews, has never said
I
anything
know that. I
outward.
know that.
Nothing, not a word.
I know.
The second wife, they didn't have kids, if I'm not mistaken. She said he was a controlling pain in the ass.
Mhm.
The third wife was Kathleen Savio,
Mhm.
who was found dead in a bathtub, supposedly had drowned in the bathtub. And then fast forward many years later, when all this happened with Stacy, he was reinvestigated, or the death was reinvestigated. It was ultimately ruled a homicide, and he was convicted of Kathleen Savio's murder.
Can
Go.
I interject here? Is there a chance
Hmm.
that when we see this, his first wife, he would refuse to be interviewed. His second wife, they didn't have kids. He could there be a progression of violence through these relationships where maybe his first wife was like, we just didn't get along. He was a cop. He was, kind of a meh. It was an early marriage, it was a mistake, and then so she's like, "I don't have anything bad to say, so I'm just staying out of it," or she saw something where she's like, "This is gonna get bad," and then the second wife was like, "Yeah, he was a motherfucker, so we didn't have kids, and then I noped the fuck out of there," but, like, when you say that, like, first, second, third dead, fourth,
Mm-hmm.
missing, presumed dead, like,
Yeah.
was there like, is this his thing? Like, when we see serial killers and their escalades or escalations, whatever that word
Escalating. Yeah.
is this
So
his?
I think that, yes, I think that he did escalate to violence in the third murder. Well, murder in the third marriage, and then likely murder in the fourth marriage.
Mhm.
But I don't think that he was okay ever. I think that first wife was scared to death of him, and as long as he was out walking on 2 legs, she wasn't saying a fucking word because she knew exactly what he was capable of.
So she also has the grown son,
Mhm.
Steven, I think is
Who
his name, who
who
adopted
still who
is a
still thinks that his dad is, like, a good person, I
I
think.
believe he's also a police officer.
And
He's
he
serving
so
the
I think
law.
the first wife was just probably so abused and mistreated and just terrified that she didn't say a goddamn word.
I'm gonna leave my door right here where it is. So, also, I just wanna mention at the
It's
time of
ajar,
this
in case anyone's
yeah,
wondering.
at the time of this, at the time that Kathleen was murdered, I believe he was already seeing Stacy, who was
Yes.
just a
He
little
was
over a
still
teenager or
officially
quite like, maybe 19?
Yeah, 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 because she was working
Um
at a hotel or
Right,
something, yeah.
and then we later learned Stacy was his alibi for that night, and I do believe there were some reports that she had allegedly confessed to a priest,
Yeah,
just right before she disappeared that she had lied for Drew on
yeah.
where he was that night,
So
so
that's the motive they think behind her
yeah,
going missing was that she was ultimately either a witness or accomplice even. Maybe she helped him in some way, I don't
I don't
know,
believe she
but
helped him.
provided an
No.
alibi at the very
I don't
least.
that type of what we know about him, I don't believe that I think he did that all on his own. I think he was confident enough and just crazy enough
Mhm.
to do that all on his own.
You know, he collected $1,000,000 for
I did
Kathleen
not.
Savio.
I saw you put that in there and I'm offended.
He got a life insurance because he was still married to her and it was ruled a suicide or accident or whatever.
Can I talk about life insurance policies really quick?
Sure.
When we see that like $1,000,000,
Mhm.
and I know that's an astounding amount, but can I just
Mhm.
tell you, like, as a not quite what not middle age, what are we called?
I
Mid
guess we're middle aged. I don't
no,
know.
like, what's the term? Like, mid economy wise?
Oh,
I can't my
middle
menopause,
class.
middle class. Um, Eric is the breadwinner,
Mhm.
and our insurance guy was like when we had the kids, he's like, "You have to up your insurance policy." When we
Mhm.
bought the house, he's like, "You have to up your insurance policy." When
Mhm.
we had cash, he's like, "You guys gotta up your insurance policy." And I was sitting there and I'm like, "Listen to me and listen up real fucking close. If anything ever fucking happens to him, you need to be the one to tell the police that you told us to do this." Because we hear that $1,000,000, but
Yeah.
if and now she wasn't the breadwinner though, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't actually know what
I
she
can
did for
tell
a
you
living.
yeah,
For all I know,
if
she
I
was
got
making 6 figures doing some
who knows?
marketing executive. I don't know.
And if Eric died and I got $1,000,000, I'm not, like I'm comfortable. I can grieve, I can support my kids, I can stay in my home.
Yeah,
That's all that I'm doing on that.
you can put your kids through college.
Y mm.
You'd still have to probably get a job at some
Oh,
point,
no,
and you
no, I
need
would have to
health
keep my job. I
insurance,
would have to
right?
I wouldn't that's my point. I would not be out of work and
No,
sitting home and living the life. I would be like,
no.
"I'm still working. I'm
Yeah.
still doing this. I still have to pay daycare. I still have to pay insurance." So, when we hear that $1,000,000 and I hope I don't offend anyone by saying that when you talk about people like our cousin Nicole who lost her husband um, so very, very suddenly, she didn't have anything. So for her, she's probably like $1,000,000, I'd be set for life. So I know that there's
Mm,
people out there, when we lost our mom, we didn't have any insurance.
mhm,
That had to be taken care of differently.
mhm.
It's just, I just wanted that out there. But although I do understand that to some people, that some seems like lottery kind of winnings.
It's a life-changing amount of money.
If you're not in debt up to your goddamn eyeballs.
Most people don't have
Uh,
$1,000,000 in debt.
I mean, we're pretty close. If we consider our
Stop it.
house, we're pretty close.
But I don't think that it's the kind of money, at least not now anyway, that you could,
Mhm.
like, not
No,
work the rest of your life. No way.
no. But Sidebar Nation. Here we go.
Drew initially cooperated with the police investigating Stacy's disappearance. He was very pompous. Every chance he got, he talked to the media. You did not have to try hard to get him to
No,
make a comment.
that man was
He is
all
full of
over
himself.
the media. Ugh, he's so
He
gross.
says She left him for another
Mhm.
man
Mhm.
and was safe and simply didn't wanna be found.
With her 2 babies in his care,
Mhm.
and the 2 from his other marriage that were in his care. I'm sorry, are you Mr. Mom? Are you Mr. Mom,
Mhm.
Mr. Peterson? I don't think so. Okay.
Um, he said she took cash, her passport, and a bikini when she left.
And that okay, can I just say,
How
literally,
terrible.
that's as bad as parking her car at Clow Airport. You fucking said the word bikini. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Okay. I knew you
I
were gonna
know.
get me all I knew you were gonna get me all riled up with this one. I knew you were.
Her sister, who is a f her
Oh,
f who
oh, her
yeah, her sister.
sissy. Her
She
sissy.
told the news and the media Stacey described Drew as controlling and abusive and that she wanted a divorce. Um, Police executed several search warrants on the Peterson home following Stacey's disappearance, removed bedding, guns, electronics, the cars. There was all this stuff talked about that there was some blue barrel missing from the house and that had been there, and they think that he put her body in the blue barrel and then actually had a family member, Drew's stepbrother, come over and help him carry it out. And I remember like them saying, "Oh, the barrel felt warm" or something. I
Yeah.
was like, I don't even understand that, but
Oh.
he so the stepbrother Thomas Morphy afterwards had said he believed he had unknowingly helped Drew dispose of Stacy's body, and this man became so distraught that he tried to commit suicide. Um, on
Uh,
November 9th, a
okay.
week and a half after Stacy disappeared,
Mhm.
investigators announced that they believe she was the victim of foul play.
A week after.
A week after,
Mhm.
Drew was named a suspect. In the same month, then they exhumed Kathleen Savio's body.
Mhm.
It was re-autopsied or
Mhm.
initially autopsied. I don't even know if it was autopsied the first
I
go
don't know.
round.
I'm shocked he didn't have her cremated.
Yeah. And the results indicated
I'm
that she
really
had been
shocked.
murdered. He's kind of full of himself, Lisa. He
Yeah, he
doesn't think
was.
he thinks
He
he's
was.
smarter.
Okay.
They believe that her scene was she was murdered and the scene was staged to make it look like an accident.
So, um, can I just tell you that Stacy's sister believes, and I showed this to you back when we were first
Yeah,
podcasting.
I remember.
On October 28th, 2007, my sister Stacey Peterson, and this is coming from her um Wiki fuck. Her Find Stacey Peterson page.
Mhm.
Um, she says I just moved it. Stacey Peterson was murdered in her Bolingbrook, Illinois home. That evening, her body was tied up with weights and pushed into the waters off the Chicago Sanitary and Shipping Canal near Romeoville. Based on eyewitness statements in the days following her death, civilian
Civilian. Mhm.
search teams were dispatched to the canal and the riverbed to scan the riverbed. On November 19th, 22 days later, a human body was located. The sonar images and location information was given to law enforcement personnel who initially classified it as some sort of landscaping debris.
Mm,
By the time recovery divers were dispatched days later, the currents had already pushed the body further downstream. This is the video that I showed you like
I
a year
remember.
ago.
Yeah.
Her sister is still searching for her. She's still, and I don't know the last time that it was done like a big search, but I know she's still organizing search parties for her. Um, and she's still looking for her.
So when Drew was arraigned and prosecuted for Kathleen's murder, it gets even more ridiculous because at one point he tried to kill. He ordered, like, he literally gave somebody money,
Mhm.
bought a hit, whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
to kill the judge and the prosecuting attorney. during this trial. Like, he tried to get people killed that were prosecuting him.
Can I
He's a
do it like
fucking nightmare.
yeah, can I do a shameful list plug? I don't know how this works. I don't know if we're even allowed to do it.
Hmm.
I took that story directly from a GoFundMe.com help bring Stacey Peterson's remains home
Mhm.
that her sister has.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to mention that's where it's from, and there's additional information on that page for what has happened since
Mhm.
the location of those initial remains. If anyone is interested, you can find updated information on that page. And she is still actively trying to find
I know.
someone that can help find her. And it's not just find her sister, somebody is in that river. So even if
Whether
it's not
it's her sister
whether
or
it's
not.
yeah.
I remember that when you showed it to me, I was
Yes.
like, even if they don't think it's Stacy, it's still somebody.
Right. So now yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I know.
So this I
I
did not
know.
know. So Drew Peterson was eventually tried and convicted of
Mhm.
Kathleen Savio's death,
Correct.
or murder. He was
Yes.
sentenced to 38 years in prison. He could
Mhm.
have faced a maximum of 60 years in prison. He's never been tried or convicted of Stacy's murder or in connection with her disappearance.
Correct.
I did not know this. Stacy's own mother, Christy Kales, disappeared and has never been located.
I did not know that
Completely
either.
unrelated. In the 90s, her own mother went missing. What in the fuck?
So
I did not know this.
okay.
At the time of her disappearance, Stacy was a nursing student at Joliet Junior College. Foul play is suspected in her case, which remains unsolved. Any information that you might have in regards to Stacy's disappearance, you're asked to call the Illinois State Police at 815-726-6377 or 815-740-0678.
Okay. I'm going to take a second right here and walk us across 2007. Okay. So we had Lisa Stebic go missing in April of 2007. Stacey went missing in October of 2007. And do you also remember what happened in June of 2007?
Yes, I do.
All we talked about at the top of this podcast. Chris Vaughn was arrested for the murder of his wife and his 3 children
Mhm.
while on which we covered. I don't think we called it Murder in Illinois, but I do believe that is the name of the podcast that I
Yeah.
listened to.
Mhm.
Um, this podcast is under extreme scrutiny right now. Like there's some Reddit stuff where people are just brutally attacking her. Here's what I say on that podcast.
Everybody's got opinions.
Everybody's got opinions. We covered it, I think, in the light of how she reported it. So I do
Mhm.
believe that our recording of that was maybe he didn't do it.
I think we'll never frickin' know.
No, but I want to say this, her podcast states time and time again that it was
Episode
taken
after
from
episode.
his family's point of view. Her
That her family did
her
not
family
wanna
did not
in
want
yeah,
anything, and I said this when we were recording. If that was me, if it was you who was murdered,
I wouldn't have either.
and the person that we thought did it was in jail, I wouldn't wanna be part of a podcast either. That I
I
would be like,
agree.
"No, I am not talking to you. The person who murdered my sister is in jail, so I am fucking good."
Yeah, I know.
So,
It's a really, really
but
it's a lot.
can I just say, like, that's a lot for
Mhm.
one area, and now Bolingbrook is in Will County,
Mhm.
um, Plainfield is in Will County.
Mhm.
While the Vaughn family lived in Montgomery or Oswego,
Oswego, I think.
that was
They were in Shanahan when
McHenry County, but they were in Shanahan, which was Will
which is Will
County.
County.
This
Yeah,
is all Will County.
I know.
That was a lot of shit in Will County that 2007.
Yep. And considering
Someone
that
can
a lot
someone
of
test can somebody can we get a water guy? A water guy or gal? Can we get a water person that
wait,
can
I'll go
tell
you one
us?
better.
Tell me
Cause
one
like,
better.
considering the fact that these 3 these 3 incidents happened
Mhm.
in 2007, 6-month period, right?
Go. Yeah.
All in Will County.
Mhm.
They were all in the news. It was all
Mhm.
over the place. Do you know what wasn't in the news?
Tell me.
Black women, brown women, and how
You're
many
not
of
wrong.
those women
You're
in that
not
same
wrong.
time period went missing
You're
or were
not
killed,
wrong.
and you didn't hear a fucking thing about them. Joliet?
Sis,
You trying to tell me nobody in Joliet who was of color died in that same time period and was never even on the news?
there the
It's bad.
there you know what? We will do some work on that.
Just saying.
Because you're not wrong. You're not
All
wrong.
right.
Okay.
First degree, somewhere between wife 1 and wife 2,
Mhm.
or wife 2 and wife 3.
Mhm.
Justin's auntie Kyle dated Drew Peterson. She was
It.
actually interviewed, and she was on,
Kyle.
like, one of those A&E something or other documentaries that they did back in the
Oh my
day.
god, I have to go see it.
I think I'll find it, I'll send you
Okay.
the link. So,
Please send us all the
and
link.
and Justin remembers him, called him
Everybody
Uncle
in
Drew.
every single person that I talked to in Bolingbrook who was
Mhm.
affiliated with the Bolingbrook Police Department remembered him and or had stories about him. Like he was not and Bolingbrook isn't a huge town.
No, it's not a big city, yeah.
It's not a big city. Is it a city or a town? Like how do we
It's
distinguish
probably a
between a
town.
city and a
It's
town?
population.
So is Plainfield
It's
a city or a town?
I don't know. I'd have to look.
Joliet's a
Is it a
city.
village?
Ooh.
'Cause,
Anyways,
like, yeah, I think you get the moniker depending on the population number.
so with Bolingbrook, it was just one of those things where people knew him, which
Mhm.
leads me to believe, like, what were you doing? Like, I don't remember knowing. The only officer that I knew in Chicago was Officer Soyle, who was
At
in our
school.
high school at school. Because you remember I told mom I was like, "That's one dirty cop," and she laughed so hard, and I'm like, "Oh," and I made it like a mom dad joke, and it had to be like 1991. They weren't even invented yet.
Yeah, so we asked Auntie Kyle once at Christmas, we're like, "Why did you stop dating him?" And she's like,
Mm,
"He was just too controlling, and
I believe
I
it.
didn't have time for that." She just fucking noped out on him.
Yeah, good for her. She's still with us to tell us
Thank
about it.
God. She's
Right.
like, "I was the one that got away."
Oh,
Like,
literally,
"Oh god."
literally. I just feel so terrible for Stacy's sister. Like
I know.
I
I
know
agree.
how it would feel if you were missing from me, and I would never stop
I just
looking for you. I would
and
never stop
I
looking for you.
same, and I
Mhm.
can't believe that they wouldn't go sooner to that I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand. All right. Our
Mhm.
third story. This was told to me by Seamus,
Mhm.
and Kristen. So thank
Mhm.
you, Seamus and Kristen, for telling us this story.
Shame, shame.
Shame. This is the story of the disappearance of Rachel Mellon. She was 13 years old when she disappeared in
Mhm.
1996. She
Mhm.
disappeared on January 31st, 1996.
Mhm.
I got a lot of info from the charlieproject.org and the people.com article.
Yeah, I did I looked at the People article that
Hmm.
where is Rachel
Oh,
Mellon
and there's a
Stemp, the
podcast.
13-year-old. Oh, sorry. Who
There's a
mysteriously vanished
podcast.
in 1986 by Corin. I'm trying to state my sources. Corin
Sorry.
Cesarek. Okay, now go.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a podcast done by the sister, and I'll think of her name, sorry, but if you Google podcast Rachel Mellon, it comes up. And it's done by the sister of somebody who also went missing. So now she has a very popular podcast and stuff.
Okay.
So I think she does things like this because of her
Mhm.
sister.
Oh.
So January 31st, 1996, 13-year-old Rachel Marie Mellon hyphen Skemp
Mhm.
disappeared from her home in Bolingbrook without a trace, shocking everyone who knew her.
Mhm.
She was an honor student at the time of her disappearance. They say her favorite school subject was science,
Mhm.
and she was a tree hugger. She was interested in recycling and nature.
Good for her.
On that day, Rachel stayed home sick from school. Oh, and ABC7, I looked at some stuff.
Yeah.
So according to ABC7, her stepfather, Vincent Mellon, was the only person home with her.
Mhm.
He later told the authorities that while Rachel was taking a nap, he took the family dog out for a walk,
Mhm.
and he didn't know until hours later that Rachel had gone missing at that time.
And I say to this, I would love to know more about the relationship that they had at the time. And I don't mean relationship in a salacious way. I mean, did she hate him? Did she like him? Were they just coexisting in the same environment? Like that whole stepfather thing,
Mhm.
I feel like there's a lot of stepfathers that get a bad rap because they are the new
Yeah.
father. Like, they're
Yeah.
like, "This isn't my stepfather, this is my father. Like, this is the
Yeah.
person that raised me." So, I don't wanna say it like that. It just I do wish that I knew more about the relationship that they had at the time. Okay.
I agree. So Rachel was a 7th grader. She was 13 years old
13 little
at
baby
Ward
years
Middle
old.
School.
Mhm.
Yeah, Lisa said 13 little baby years old.
Mhm.
She stayed home due to a sore throat. She was last seen taking a nap in her bedroom. She was wrapped in a blue blanket, her stepfather says, when he last saw her.
Oh,
So
oh,
Vincent says that she fell asleep after they were playing video games. He left the house to take the family's German Shepherd for a walk. He left the door unlocked while he was gone. He said the dog got off the leash and he chased it. He was
okay.
gone longer than he intended to be.
I'm gonna jump right in here because in one report it says that she was last seen taking a nap in her
Mhm.
bedroom, and
Mhm.
then it was we were playing video games together. So
And she fell asleep.
I'm not loving what I'm smelling here.
Mhm.
Um I don't love that the blanket and the 2 pillows that she was snuggling with were also gone.
Yeah.
But you say now he took the German
He
Shepherd
says
for
he
a
says he
walk.
took the dog out because the dog got off the leash and chased a rabbit. He chased the dog. He was gone longer than he intended. But when he returned to the house, he didn't go look for her. He didn't
Mhm.
go like, I don't know where she fell asleep. If she was on the couch, he didn't notice that she wasn't there anymore. He didn't go up to her bedroom.
Okay, I gotta stop you. I gotta stop
Hmm.
you. I read reports that this particular January 31st, it was below 0 weather.
So he
We
was out
know
dicking around with the
no,
dog.
let me just no, 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 no. I'm gonna go you one fucking further. I
Yeah.
have a dog. I had a dog, George, who liked to go who when I lived in apartments, I could only let him out to pee pee outside.
Mhm.
If it was below 0, there were times I would open the door in the apartments that I was in and let him go out and pee, and he would come back in. People who don't live in the Midwest or in upper peninsula areas where you know what that sub-zero temperature feels like,
It's
it's
painful.
biting. Are you taking your dog for a quote walk on this day? Or are you just saying, "Hey, dog, I'm gonna let you out the backyard and you can spend 3 minutes running your shit off there."
Mhm.
And also 30 minutes? 30
In
minutes in
sub-zero weather.
sub-zero? I don't give a shit if that little fucking dog saw anything. Also, that's so descriptive. What did we talk about liars a few episodes ago?
Oh, they give a lot of
They give a lot
descriptors.
of
They
details.
embellish a
There's a
lot.
l For me to see the dog slipped off the leash and chased a rabbit, oh,
Mhm.
baby. Oh, baby, that's so descriptive.
Yeah.
What color was the rabbit, sir?
So he says when he returned home, the authorities say when he returned home,
Mhm.
he never checked on Rachel.
But don't you say, "Hey, I'm back."
Anything?
Like, that's what I would say if I came back with the dog on a normal walk, I'd be like, "Hey, guys, I'm back." Like,
So
okay.
Rachel was officially reported missing at 5 o'clock that evening when her mother, Amy Mellon, and some other family members arrived home, and
Okay.
she's never been seen or heard from again. The 2 pillows and the blue blanket she was sleeping in were also missing. Her winter clothes, her shoes, her coat were all at home. even though it was below 0
Mhm.
that day. Her purse, her Walkman, also left behind,
Can I saw that you wrote on here, even though the wind chill was
was below
20.
0.
So for again, I wanna preface this by saying for people who are not familiar with that below 0 thing, the wind chill is a fun little thing they throw at us when they talk about sub-zero temperatures,
Mhm.
because they like to say things like 10 degrees feels like 32 below
Yeah,
because what you're experiencing outside will fucking kill you.
it hurts.
Mother Nature will fucking murder you.
Yep,
And that and they say if you have to be outside, make sure you're bundled up. Hats, scarves, gloves, boots. These are not things that they're saying are optional. No, they're saying if
exactly.
you
They're
go
not optional.
outside, you need to have them. And
Yep.
also with them, don't be outside more than 7 minutes. They always tell you this, or frostbite can set in
But we're to believe that somehow she walked out of that house of her own
in a
accord
blankie
with a blanket,
and a couple
carrying 2
pillows.
pillows, and no shoes.
Fuck that.
Okay.
Okay. I love how
Um
now we're doing this where we're like, "Fuck him, fuck that." Whereas, like, with other cases, we're like, "Oh, if we only knew then what we know now." Okay.
There were no indications of forced entry, although the stepfather says he didn't lock the door behind himself. An extensive search of the surrounding areas turned up no signs of Rachel. Authorities, all say she would not have been able to survive long if she were outside with just a blanket. Initially, it was thought that some of Rachel's relatives had taken her out of state,
I don't even know what
but
that
that
means.
so she was she was not supposed to be talking to her biological father or his mother, so her grandmother.
Okay.
And then it
So
was
there was some tension in the
supposed
family.
Skemp, her father, her biological father, says
Mhm.
that the day that she vanished, she called her grandmother his mother.
Mhm.
And it was out of the ordinary because she wasn't supposed to be talking to the grandmother. They don't really expand on why, but they wondered then, could she have run away? Could she have gone with those family members? Did
Okay.
they take her to
Okay.
wherever this
Okay.
person
But you
lived?
say that was discarded.
It was discarded.
Okay.
Her bank account, she was 13, she had a bank account.
So,
I didn't
girl,
have a bank account.
girl, finish your sentence and let me go into my fucking
Go
rant.
ahead.
Well, it says you say that her bank account had not been touched since her
Uh-huh,
disappearance and that there was no
uh-huh,
evidence that she'd purchased a plane or bus ticket to go
uh-huh,
anywhere. She was
uh-huh.
13 fucking years old.
I
Do
know.
you
She
remember?
had, like,
I'm gonna
communion money? Like
right. What money was she spending at 13? And also, where the fuck was she buying a plane ticket? Was 1990 what, 6? We were still calling TWA when Christy Shannon's mom worked there and booking tickets for New Kids on the fucking Block.
I
Like,
know.
you're not. Everybody just stop. She was 13. She was homesick. I feel like there's a lot more to unpack here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, they took blood, semen, saliva, and hair samples from Vincent. I was able to see that in 2000, they reopened the investigation and a grand
Okay.
jury was convened to investigate.
Okay.
But it doesn't say that he was ever indicted for anything or that there were any charges brought against him.
For what though? For what? They never found her. We don't know where she is. So what is all these samples good for? If
I
we
don't
don't
know.
know what happened to her. That's what I don't know.
The
Not that I'm saying they
mother,
shouldn't have taken them. I'm just saying when you look at a situation like this and you have that you took these
his DNA is
samples.
all over the house. He lives there. Like, I don't
Right.
know
So
what they
what are
were
we
looking
doing?
for.
So what are we doing?
The mother, Amy,
Mhm.
stated that she believed Rachel was alive and other people knew her whereabouts. Now, I am going really on the surface here,
Okay.
but I'm really troubled by the fact that the mother isn't taking Rachel's side and believes this man.
Do we know that for a fact?
She moved with him to another state.
Fuck.
I know.
Fuck.
I know. It's really
Well,
troubling.
well, I love saying that with my long well.
Well,
Well,
so the authorities state that they believe foul play was involved in Rachel's disappearance.
yeah, no shit.
Vincent Vincent has been considered a possible suspect in her case for several years. He had scratches on his
No,
body
no,
after her disappearance.
no.
He says he hurt himself repairing the car. He has a long history
Sis,
of domestic violence.
did you ever have a car scratch you?
Nope.
No? I've jumped a car and
Nope.
set 2 cars on fire jumping them, but you know what I never got? I never got any scratches. None of those cars ever scratched me.
He failed a lie detector test in connection with her disappearance.
God, I wish I could get my door to swing right now because it would be so nice to be like, "Well, we know that people sometimes they're not
I know.
reliable," but my door is staying firmly in place right now.
The grand jury investigation ended in 2000 without any indictments handed down.
Oh, that breaks my heart.
Rachel ran away and stayed at a friend's home a year prior to her disappearance.
Okay.
She voluntarily returned home. She kept a diary which police read after her disappearance, and in one entry written months before she vanished, she wrote that Vincent had kissed her and touched her inappropriately.
So now I have the information I wish I knew when I said I wish I knew what their relationship was more like.
I didn't want to jump
I
to the end.
you know what? I'm glad you didn't because I didn't like what I was smelling on
Mhm.
any of that.
Mhm.
And you know what else? You know what fucking else? I don't goddamn like the name Vincent. Okay? I'm just going to say that right now.
There it
I don't
is.
like it. Okay? Fine.
Rachel's father, biological father, Jeff, was living in Dallas, Texas at the time of her disappearance. He had separated from Amy, the mom, when Rachel was a toddler. He's the one who said that the day that Rachel vanished, she had called his mother
Probably
and that
because
it
she
was
was
out of the
homesick with this
ordinary.
sick fuck.
Maybe.
Yeah, because she needed her GMA.
Skemp keeps his phone number listed in case Rachel ever tries to contact him, although he does believe that she met with foul play. He held a memorial service for her in 2006.
Mm.
Amy and Vincent moved away from the area sometime after 1996. Rachel's disappearance remains unsolved. No arrests have ever been made, but her disappearance is being investigated as a homicide. Anyone with information regarding Rachel's disappearance is asked to contact the Bolingbrook Police Department at 630-226-8660.
Can I tell you something that's like an ugly judge? Like where I
Hmm.
judge ugly. And I
Hmm.
admit it like 100% because I don't know what it's like to lose a child or to have a child go missing. But like
Uh-huh.
there were a couple cases very recently and very specifically in the Illinois area where children had gone missing and the
Uh-huh.
parents are like, I won't move. I keep my number the same. I keep my house the same. I had my
Yep.
house repainted the same way so that if they ever come home, they know the light. Like,
Yeah.
so it's just one of those things where like the ick is on me because to move
They
away,
left. Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know.
I don't know.
My door is literally not swinging anymore.
It's firmly ajar,
It's
halfway open.
it's shit's getting out, okay? Skeletons are coming out of the closet. I don't know. I'm not loving this.
It
I
sounds
really,
suspect.
really hate that it's being investigated as a homicide. That breaks my
Yeah.
fucking heart.
Yeah. And if she is still alive, she would be in her mid to late 40s
Okay.
at this point.
I did include an age progression of her at the bottom of
Mhm.
this document if you want to
I'll post it.
post it. And then I also did include the pictures of the Stacey Peterson canal images. So if
Okay.
you, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Our last story
Mm-hmm.
is Amelia Jo Zelko, who went by Molly. Thank you, Charmaine, for telling us about Molly. So, my friend Charmaine had heard about this story. The sources that I used were actually thepatch.com
Fucking
and
love the patch.
and charlieproject.org.
Okay.
Molly Zelko went missing. This is an old one, guys. So
Mhm.
either September 24th or September 25th, 1957.
Love the
She was
50s.
born in 1910.
Oh,
Nothing that I read had her actual date of birth.
okay.
Molly was last seen in Joliet on September 24th or 25th. When she went missing, this I had to write this. She was wearing jewelry. She had a 17.5 carat diamond ring worth an estimated $38,000 back in 1957, and that would be worth over $250,000 today if it
So
still exists.
I just looked at my 1 carat, which is, and it's not one, but it's like it's right around.
17.5 carats.
That would take up my whole hand.
Hmm.
That's not even, I don't even understand how to make
I
that
don't even
happen.
understand.
That's fine.
She was also wearing a diamond bracelet valued at $5,000.
Okay.
I think the reason that people talked about this was because robbery could potentially have been a motive for her disappearance.
Okay.
She was a reporter for the paper. It was called the Joliet Spectator. It was a
Mhm.
weekly newspaper. She was the paper's longtime secretary slash treasurer, business manager, and co-owner.
Oh, damn.
She was getting shit done.
That's how she afforded that 17.5 carat diamond.
I guess.
'Cause
I
she's like,
guess.
"I'm gonna do the secretary job and the treasurer job and the business manager and the co-owner, but you gotta pay me individually for all those
All of
jobs."
them.
She
I
was
like
getting it
that.
done in 1957. She's like, "Fuck that multiple job shit. Let us all learn from that."
Zelko left the newspaper office at approximately 11:30 that night.
Mm.
She was working late for the next day's publication. Her coworkers say she was in good spirits when she left and she was carrying an envelope type purse. Like a clutch,
That
like a
sounds like
big
it sounds like an absolute clutch, but, like, one that has, like, a magnet that you
and it's like
and
eight and a half by 11 size.
it's big.
It's a big
It's
purse.
business, it's smart,
I
okay?
love it.
Alright.
Her home was a 3-minute drive from the newspaper office. And when she failed to arrive at work the next morning, the managing editor called the police.
Can I pause right here?
Yeah,
So her home was a 3-minute drive from the newspaper office, so this is in
yeah,
Joliet.
yeah.
Have you driven through Joliet recently?
No.
There is, like, anybody who's in this area knows that, like, Joliet has, like, their, I don't know what they call it, classic
The
area.
cathedral, it's called the Cathedral District,
Some of these houses,
are
sis,
amazing.
they're like the
Amazing.
Boulevard mansions.
I know.
They're they're gorgeous. There's a winery over there that just opened, or that maybe
Maybe I'll
didn't.
get one of those.
Get one of those. It's crazy, like, because 'cause they're not that far
Yeah.
from downtown Joliet. They're a
No.
3-minute drive, I can tell you that.
Yeah,
Just
it's one
west
of
of.
those I think it's
Mhm.
one of those neighborhoods that, like, fell into disrepair, and now people are trying to restore and bring it back.
Joliet is trying very hard to, is it gentrify? Is that the right word?
Gentrify. Yeah.
Their downtown area, and the city is giving loans to the businesses where they're trying to do street repairs and their businesses might be affected.
Yeah.
So for anybody in the area, if you have the opportunity to visit one of these areas, I
Yeah.
know it's hard to get to them. I know that it's getting cold outside, but let's go support those small business owners who are really trying to make it through a rough time right now in downtown Joliet.
True story.
Okay.
So Zelko lived on Buell Avenue. Her car was later found parked in front of her residence with the keys under the front seat where she usually put them. Can you imagine being
No,
in
I cannot.
1957? You just
Nope.
put your keys under the front seat. That's like the normal place to put them. Her neighbors reported hearing screams and a car driving away at high speed between midnight and 12:15
Can I
of on that night.
Okay, so high speeds at in the 1957s was at, like, 30 miles an hour?
It was a really big car with a
Mhm.
really big, like, fishtail back of it, right?
So, there was a house in Joliet, 600 Buell Avenue that was sold, I don't wanna I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that. Oh, well, it's fine. It's on Redfin. Anybody can see it. But it looks like Estate
Yeah.
Central. Like,
What did it
it's
sell for?
$518,000.
Whoa!
If
How
you
many
saw
square feet?
3,700. But
Holy
it
shnikes.
looks like it has, like, a little house attached to the big house. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
Like a carriage house?
it's up this sprawling hill, and
Yeah.
it's got this staircase that winds through the grass up to the you want me to send it to you?
Yeah, send
I'm
it
gonna
to
share
me.
it to
I
you.
love it. I love it.
Okay.
The only trace of her that was found were her shoes. One was on the trunk of her car and one was on the ground nearby. Zelko had previously told friends that if she were ever attacked, she would take off her shoes and try to run away.
Go on, girl.
None of her other belongings, such as her hat or purse and its contents, were found at the scene, and there were no indications that she had spent the night in her home, so they think she was attacked in the driveway.
Mm.
One of the most intriguing parts of the mystery is that Zelko eerily predicted her own demise.
Is that
She
right?
feared the underworld powers of Joliet might take her out as she and her newspaper continue to expose more political corruption in Joliet, particularly tied to pinball machines. I guess that was like the slot machine of the back in the day,
They were getting ready to make their fucking entrance.
right?
I guess. Hey, I love a good fucking pinball machine.
I'm
They're
not
stressful.
saying, I'm just like,
They're stressful
pinball machines.
and, like, exciting in the same way. Like, it's like when that ball comes down we just played pinballs when we went to Iowa. They had a pinball or a little arcade in the hotel, and the
Okay.
kids played a pinball machine, and I was like, "God damn it, this is so amazing and stressful at the same time."
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
So Zelko frequently wrote articles about mobsters, political corruption, and gambling. The paper's
That's it then.
publisher, yeah, the paper's publisher had been beaten nearly to death by two unidentified men 9 years before her disappearance, and
Oh,
his office
damn.
had been ransacked. No charges were ever filed. They never found the guys. And he and Zelko alleged it was retaliation for the paper's anti gambling stance. The publisher never fully recovered physically from the attack and died less than a year after Zelko went missing.
Mhm.
Investigators examined the financial records of the Spectator after Zelko's disappearance, hoping to find a motive, but they didn't really find anything. The Spectator folded in 1965 after 39 years of publication. So, in 1978,
Yep.
there was an editor, Lonnie Kane, who teamed up with a late this guy who passed away, the late John Whiteside, who was a columnist for the Joliet Herald News. And they reopened or did like an investigative series about her disappearance. So in 1978, this
Mhm.
runs. And as a result of that, they get more tips.
Mhm.
This woman comes forward and she says that on Stryker Avenue,
Mhm.
she thought she saw someone burying a body in an open ditch where construction work was taking place the night Molly Zelko disappeared. But in 1957, she was afraid to say anything,
Of
right?
course.
Mobsters. So this many years later, she felt a little more bold. So
You
she
know,
says that.
that's what they say is that time has a way of clearing up people's memories.
Yep.
Mhm.
The witness claimed to have seen four men in a black car bringing a body. I don't know how they know a
Oh,
woman's body,
no.
but bringing a body near the bottom of an open storm sewer ditch the day that she vanished. And this account wasn't reported until 78. It's never been confirmed. It's just one of the things. And then a local bartender also said that he saw Zelko after she left work. She stopped at his bar, had a drink. She made a long distance call from a phone booth. Do you
Do
know
you
how
remember phone
expensive that must have been?
Well, can we talk about what a phone booth is for a minute? The
Okay,
phone
so there were
booth,
these closets.
a booth is exactly the right word. It was glass, it was wood. It could
It
be
had a
it
seat.
was a building in a building.
Yep.
So you could have them in a building, and they
Mhm.
said telephone
Yep.
in bright letters, and you would
And
go
you went in
in,
the booth,
you would
you
close the
closed the
door
door.
behind you,
Yep,
and
yep,
there was a phone book for your perusing, and then
yep.
you would put coins. Even coins are going away now. You would slip coins into this, and then once you get to enough coins, you could start dialing the numbers. Now, back then, it was a rotary.
Probably so.
Yeah. So if you fucked up halfway through,
Long distance, that's a lot of
fuck, a
numbers.
lot of a number. You got to start all the way over.
He also did not report that information until 1978 when the investigative series went. Zelko's case remains unsolved.
Hmm.
A voluntary disappearance is considered unlikely. She was declared legally dead in 1964, about 7 years after her disappearance. She was never seen alive again. Her killers were never captured. However, it's unsolved. So, any information that you might have, please call the Joliet Police Department at 815-724-3020. Molly Zelko, badass reporter.
I was just gonna say her pictures look like she's not taking any shit.
Oh, I see the house. That's gorgeous.
Yes. Oh,
Gorgeous.
right?
Oof.
Right?
That's in Joliet?
That's in Dude, I'm telling you, Joliet has a district. I'm gonna call it like it's not red light. A
No, it's
district.
called the Cathedral District.
Their houses are like, did you see the stairs leading up in the grass? I don't wanna
Yeah.
walk up those stairs. Like, I never want that to be my walk up to my house,
In the
but
ice-covered stairs?
I also believe that might deter those trigger crime people where they're gonna be like, "God damn it, I'd love to go up there and murder the shit out of somebody, but I'm not walking up those stairs tonight." And then they
Oh,
start,
God.
and it's like Home Alone where they just keep slipping on the stairs all the way up.
I love it.
So, yeah, sorry, I shouldn't make jokes, but I had never heard of the story. I'm looking at it now. I will
Yeah.
apologize that when you said, "Are you ready to record?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm ready." And I didn't get down to this one. So I do apologize for that. I'm sorry.
So
And
this is our episode in honor of National Missing Persons
mhm,
Day, and if it brings some awareness and potentially some answers
mhm,
and closure and resolution to the
mhm.
families of these people that are missing, then it's all we ask.
We do. All right, everyone, stay safe. Roll up your
Roll up your
windows.
windows.
Oh, lock your
Oh,
doors. Come
don't park
on.
next to
Come
vans.
on, George. Let's go.
Bye.
Bye.
Executive produced by me, Marie Abenante, and my sister, Lisa Linsner.
Music by John Bartman, track Shooter on the Roof. Cover art by the talented and beautiful Alexis Guerrero.
And all of this is possible editing and recording using Riverside.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Bye.